So starting off our list at number 10 today, we have Lea Michele. It seems like Lea Michele just can't catch a break as she has had to face quite a lot of controversy over the years, be it her rumored and unverified reading struggles or the bullying allegations she faced for her on-set behavior. But the latest thing social media has been talking about has more to do with her appearance, as her face looks thinner and more sculpted, and it's a completely different shape altogether. She's definitely not the same girl we all saw walking through the halls on Glee, which makes you wonder, has Lea Michele had buccal fat removal surgery done? Lately, it seems like the actress's fans are convinced that she is one of the latest celebs to jump on this increasingly popular trend, and fans have even pointed out that the star looks a lot like Stan from American Dad. But lately, it seems like there isn't one soul in Hollywood that hasn't had any type of procedure done to their face, and then these women become the ones that preach about how we should be the ones loving our authentic selves when they aren't even authentic themselves. Number 9. Chrissy Teigen. So unless you're a plastic surgeon or you religiously follow Chrissy Teigen, which seems to be very few people at this point today, then you may have never heard about buccal fat removal. So the procedure involves removing the fat from your cheeks to create a more contoured face so you can see your cheekbones more. And it seems like today the procedure is becoming increasingly popular. Back in 2021, Chrissy would head to her Instagram story to talk about her new changed look when she said, "I did the Dr. Diamond buccal fat removal thing here, and since I quit drinking, I'm really seeing the results and I like it." The star then went on to know that she did what she had to do and that she had no shame in her game. And then she went on to tag Dr. Diamond in the clip. While Chrissy has long been candid about her cosmetic procedures and surgeries, this had to be the weirdest one yet, as the surgery just doesn't really look good on anyone.
Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.
Well, kicking it back off to our list, at number 8 we have Bella Hadid. Now, the real question many of us have been debating is, has Bella Hadid had buccal fat removal done, or has she simply just grown into her looks over the years? And if you're thinking what I'm thinking, then you must be convinced that this star has in fact had the procedure done. And if you don't, just hear me out for a quick second. I might just change your mind. So if you compare Bella now to when she was younger, you will see that she definitely has a little more fluff between the lower portion of her cheekbone and her mid-jaw area. And now it's just looking a little more chiseled, which adds even more flame to the rumor is that if you have buccal fat removal done, this tends to be the area where the fat is removed from. While the procedure may have made some improvements to her face as it exposed her cheekbones and V-line, it's also made her face look a little too narrow to the point when she is standing next to other models, her new look actually looks quite bad. So it does go on to prove that not everyone will get big improvements when they have this procedure done. Number 7, Anya Taylor-Joy. With buccal fat removal surgery taking Hollywood by the storm, it's been said that this procedure is likely to have one major side effect that may put you a bit off, as it seems to add 10 years to your age. To celebrities who have been trying this new trend, this proves it. Among the stars to have allegedly had this procedure done is Anya Taylor-Joy, and before you even think about having this procedure done, you might just want to use Anya as a reference to why you shouldn't get this procedure done, as the procedure has left her face looking a little more tragic than it should at her age. So before she got the procedure done, Anya actually had a pretty attractive face, and she honestly didn't need to have this procedure done, but now she looks much older than she did before. And the most concerning part is that she was only in her 20s. Also, with this procedure being so new still, 20 years, there could be complications with droopy skin, and there might not be a way to reverse this procedure once you get it done. Number 6, Dove Cameron. It seems like a surprising number of teenagers and young adults lately are seeking out facial cosmetic procedures, and among the celebrities that seem to be part of these people is Dove Cameron. While Dove first caught everyone's attention due to her flawless complexion, 2021, we all came to love her big eyes, long lashes, plump lips, and this cute little tiny button nose. And before she went from blonde to brunette, she was actually like a real-life Barbie doll. But now that the actress has changed it, it makes you wonder if it's all the hair and makeup, or has she just enhanced her facial features? And if you take a look at photos from when she first entered the entertainment scene to today, it appears that her overall look has changed, as there is now more projection to her cheeks and her chin, and there is a much bigger distance from her lashes to her eyebrows. While the star has never gone on record to admit any of the rumors that surround her new look, it's not really shocking to why there are so many younger people seeking out cosmetic procedures more than ever before. Number 5, Zoe Kravitz. Over the years, Zoe Kravitz's looks have changed to the point it has been suspected not only has she had a nose job, lip filler, cheek filler, chin implants, and a ponytail facelift, but fans are also suspecting that the star has also had buccal fat removal, as she looks very different from what she used to when she was younger. While Zoe has never admitted to having plastic surgery done, her looks have changed too much to say she hasn't. While some people have claimed that she has inherited her looks from her mother and that there's natural differences in her face from her age, others will tell you to touch some grass because she's obviously had procedures done to look the way she looks today. With Zoe's cheekbones now looking very sharp and defined, her cheekbones look nothing like they used to when she was younger, as she now has this hollow right before her elevated cheeks. And while you may believe this is just part of the aging process, as she lost her baby fat, her cheeks have changed so drastically in a short period of time that this is an indication that the star has had some work done. Number 4, Iggy Azalea. While Iggy has previously admitted to undergoing cosmetic surgeries in the past, her new striking appearance may be results of further cosmetic procedures. Back in 2018, a leading Beverly Hills plastic surgeon named Dr. Randall Haworth told Daily Mail Australia that he believed the rapper could have had some more additional changes done to her face to give her a new chiseled look. While majority of her results have been beautiful, don't get me wrong, it's clear that she has transformed her face over the years with not only a chin augmentation, jawline contouring, a slight brow lift, and cheek filler, but she has also had buccal fat removal done. While the star hasn't talked about all the plastic surgery she could have done, she has once said people should be more accepting to the fact that both famous and non-famous women are having cosmetic procedures. That's just reality, and I think more people need to admit that so it doesn't have to be so taboo when we're all doing it anyways. She then went on to note that she too has changed her appearance and that there's always going to be people that dislike you for that matter. But as long as you like it, you like it. That's all that matters, right? Number 3, Khloe Kardashian. The Kardashian-Jenner clan has long been linked to plastic surgery, but recently Khloe has been slammed with never-ending Instagram trolls who have accused the star of having butt implants, nose jobs, despite denying most of the claims. It's kind of hard not to talk about her never-ending changing appearance throughout the years. Back in 2022, even a board-certified plastic surgeon named Dr. Anthony Yoon would speak to The Sun about Khloe's alleged plastic surgery, where he would explain, "I also think she may have had her lips done, most likely injected with filler." Anthony then went on to note that he also believed Khloe had a brow lift to lift her brows up and buccal fat removal done to make her face appear slimmer. Her face overall looks more narrow. That could be due to buccal fat removal and injections of Botox to her jaw muscles. That basically can help narrow the jawline, while the Good American founder has said she is offended that people think she has had so much work done. But what's really baffling is that her and her family still think that they can create such false realities around their looks. Number 2, Sophie Turner. So back in January, Sophie Turner's before and after photos would hint that the actress has undergone buccal fat removal, just like the rest of the celebrities on this list today. While buccal fat removal has become the latest trend among Hollywood stars, her face has been looking a little more defined in recent pics, as the trend among celebrities is becoming viral. While the surgery has been around for the last 50 years, it's only started to go viral on social media recently. Sophie's appearance has changed since she appeared on Games of Thrones, and it's clear in her recent pictures her face appears to be a little more more chiseled than it did before. And while you may think this was achieved by contouring or Photoshop, her face is just a little too chiseled to suggest that she didn't have this procedure done, because she did. And coming in at number 1 today, we have Sarah Hyland. It seems like social media users are now also suspecting that actress Sarah Hyland, most known for her role in Modern Family, has recently undergone a procedure to remove her buccal fat pads, as her face has changed quite a bit, and she's completely lost her plump and round cheeks. While people have claimed that there's a reason why her face looked a little more swollen than usual on season 8 of Modern Family because of her health complications, her face does look a little more sharper today. And while the star could just be doing a few tricks models have done over the years to make her lips look fuller and her cheeks look more defined, she could also be sucking in her cheekbones for photos, but honestly, it's probably just safe to say that she had the procedure done because it's unrealistic and it's clear that the war against buccal fat remover wages on, and Sarah's new look has nothing to do with just weight loss, aging, and health complications.
Starting off our list today at number 10, we have Kylie Jenner. Back in 2015, it seems like nobody could stop talking about Kylie Jenner's lips, and her lips even started a challenge on social media that caused some serious damage to a ton of faces worldwide. In the following months, Kylie would then finally admit to getting lip filler done, and later on she would admit that she went a little crazy with her lip injections when she sat down for an interview with Allure magazine, which was conducted by her older sister Kim Kardashian. In the interview, Kylie would tell her older sister, "Well, I definitely made my lips a little too big at one point. I got excited and felt like I needed to do a lot." And then you guys were like, "Kylie, you need to chill." After Kylie did realize that she went a little too far with the filler, she did go back to have it fixed, and then she would say it was a crazy process, but she was thankful that she didn't end up botched. Number 9, Khloe Kardashian. At one point in time, Khloe Kardashian was looking a little crazy as she went a little too overboard on her face fillers. She even once told MTV that she had given up on getting fillers. Once, when she told the media outlet, "I look crazy when I had fillers, and I still think the effects are in there. I went to have it all dissolved like 3 times." Despite all the mess she faced when she had the fillers done, she was extremely still into the idea of having surgery done. As in 2016, she told Cosmopolitan US, "You think plastic surgery should be viewed almost like makeup because we're all putting on an effing mask basically every day." But maybe she just said this so everyone would stop exposing the family for having multiple procedures done and lying to the public about it. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming in number 8, we have Courtney Cox. Courtney Cox's career started to take off after she was cast as Monica on the hit NBC sitcom Friends back in the 1990s. However, she's been raising eyebrows ever since she started to get more work done on her face. Courtney has also admitted that her fillers got to a point where she wasn't aware of how strange her face was beginning to look, and when she did, it prompted her to slow down with all of the face fillers. She then sat down with OK Learned and would tell the media outlet, "There was a time when you go, oh, I'm changing. I'm looking older, and I tried to chase that youthfulness for years. And I didn't realize, oh shucks, I'm actually looking really strange with injections and doing stuff to my face that I would never do now." While the actor has tried to go back and dissolve all the filler, it has truly left her face looking unrecognizable, but hey, at least she's able to move it now. Number 7, Lady Gaga. It seems like Lady Gaga seems to be back on her facial injection grind after fans pointed out that she looked noticeably different at the 2022 Grammy Awards. It's not really shocking that she has continued to fill her face with fillers, however, as back in 2013, the Born This Way songstress previously has been pretty open about her obsession with fillers when she revealed to the media outlet OK, "I was really obsessed with getting facial injections at one point." Lady Gaga's obsession became so much, her photographer friends even had to sit her down and tell her, "Gaga, I love you, but if you don't stop injecting stuff in your face, I'm just going to off you." One time she even had to cover up her face during a performance because even she knew her face, not being able to move, looked a little creepy, and she admitted to it on stage in the process. Number 6. Donatella Versace. It seems like Donatella Versace has become a major conversation not only for her designs but also for her botched looking appearance. On top of a really bad facelift, it's clear that the star has also had problems with overdoing it with fillers not only on her lips but also in her cheeks. After she's been made fun of by almost every media outlet for her appearance, she would just stop going under the knife to keep up with a more youthful appearance, but even today she continues to go and get fillers injected into her face. To the point now she's completely unrecognizable, but hey, at least her designs are still fire, that's all that really matters, right? Number 5. Jessica Simpson. While Jessica Simpson has been pretty open when it comes to plastic surgery, fans have been skeptical over the alleged work she has done to her face in recent years. In 2006, Jessica would even tell Glamour magazine that she had gotten lip fillers and she didn't end up liking how they looked, so then she just let them fade away. With the procedures looking pretty botched, even Jessica would say that they looked fake to her and she didn't like that. After messing up her lips, you would think she would have learned her lesson about using fillers, but then in 2021, the blonde babe sparked concern once again after she posted a selfie on her Instagram where she looked completely unrecognizable to her fans. Her comments then started to get a little selfish when fans started to comment things like, "Girl, you look too plastic, she totally messed up her face," and it makes you think, will we ever live in society that chooses girls to love their natural beauty, or will fake always be called beautiful? Number 4. Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen has never been the one to shy away from the truth when it comes to cosmetic work, as she has had multiple procedures done over the years. In 2017, she even started to poke fun at herself by admitting, "Everything about me is fake except for my cheeks." She then went on to point to her forehead, her nose, her lips, while admitting they're all fake, and that she even had Botox injected into her armpits so she could stop her excessive sweating. Does that even work? Even today, it seems like Chrissy can't even stop having work done to her face, as she's ended up altering her face again by going under a procedure to have her fat removed from her cheeks, which she has told her followers she has no shame about, but she really should have some type of shame about it because she be looking scary out here now. Number 3. Heidi Montag. In 2010, the Hill star Heidi Montag started to make headlines after she underwent 10 cosmetic surgeries in a day. With having liposuction and work done on her chest, she topped everything off by getting fillers done to her face and lips, and in the process she ended up looking like a botched version of Barbie. Heidi has since discussed her strong regrets about undergoing the procedures when she sat down for an interview in 2019. And in the interview she would say, "I do look back and go, wow, that's a big thing I did, and I should have thought about it longer. That was an intense decision to make at such a young age." And if you should take anything from Heidi's mistake, then it should be that before you go and get anything done, you should think about it and maybe talk to a surgeon before you ruin your face, as once you get work done you can't undo the effects, as it will last a lifetime. Coming in number 2, we have Madonna. Madonna's face has been the hot topic of discussion lately, as it's clear she lives in her own realm when it comes to plastic surgery. And with the Material Girl singer being all over TikTok showing off her new look, some fans have become really concerned, as they've started to point out that recently she looks a little too much like a boiled egg. A New York plastic surgeon named Dr. Steve Falick even previously told OK that the Queen of Pop's face seems to have a lot of issues. Starting from the top, she has a bunch of Botox, so her forehead doesn't move at all. Her cheeks are way too filled with the filler, and she might have had buccal fat pad reduction to narrow her face too. The lips are almost too out of proportion and too big for her face. The internet has been coming for Madonna, but it's at the point where I feel like she does it on purpose just so she can stay relevant in the media. And coming in at number 1 today, we have Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman once admitted to being addicted to Botox before she came to the realization that the freezing effects from it were taking the life out of her face. When the actress sat down for an interview with Huffington Post, she would tell the media outlet that she did once try Botox, but it took her a while to realize it wasn't for her, and that she has since gotten out of it. And since stopping the procedures, she has actually finally been able to move her face again. But it seems like she has had more than just Botox done to her face, as it's looking a little too sculpted and puffy in certain places to suggest that she she also had fillers, and it's clear that she won't stop using them as her face just keeps looking a little too uneven.
Number 10. Kim Basinger. The 69-year-old actress and former model's face has looked suspiciously smooth and wrinkle-free in recent years, leaving many to believe that she's had a lot of work done. Well, a few years ago, a plastic surgeon named Dr. Omar Tillo weighed in to Express, and he said that he thinks she received Botox, cat eye surgery, and dermal fillers. He claimed that if you look at previous photos, you can see apparent lines and wrinkles around Kim's eyes, and these can be treated with anti-wrinkle injectables such as Botox. She also has clear lines around her mouth, which could be the result of being smoothed out with dermal fillers. Kim's skin also seems much fresher with a more even complexion, and this could be due to several factors such as laser treatments, but a second expert named Reza Nizab agreed and added that he believes she might have also had some kind of a fat transfer or a facelift. Now this could explain the almond-shaped eyes hidden behind these massive cheeks. Back in 2012, Kim's daughter, Ireland, insisted that her mother had never received any plastic surgery, while calling her the most naturally beautiful woman there ever was or will be. Ladies, if you want to avoid Botox and other skin treatments, just listen to her mom. She hasn't had one treatment done because she stayed completely out of the sun all of those years, Ireland wrote in an Instagram comment. Kim herself was never addressed the speculation surrounding her looks, but just look at her and it's pretty obvious. Number 9. Courtney Cox. Friends star was speaking with UK Sunday Times Style magazine ahead of the launch of her new comedy horror TV show Shining Vale, in which she plays a depressed novelist who moves from New York City to rural Connecticut with her family. Cox herself is facing up to the fact that she's not far off of 60, and she admitted that she initially tried to fight aging with all kinds of cosmetic treatments, but eventually realized that she had gone crazy and is now trying to age gracefully. Despite her global superstar status, Cox said her confidence was dented a few years ago after shooting a pilot for a series that was never produced. Thankfully, the treatments she received could be removed, her face filler slowly dissolved, and it would appear that she's decided to steer clear of any more cosmetic situations, proven by her role in the new Scream series, where she really does not look all that different from her days on Friends. Number 8. Madonna. What is there to say about this woman's career? Madonna has been stuck in our heads since we first heard hits like Material Girls and Crazy for You. Now, what may have also gotten stuck in your head was just how gorgeous this woman once was. In the 1980s, Madonna was well known for her stylish duds and big blonde hair, and at times channeled some serious Marilyn Monroe energy. It was unfortunate then that Madonna felt the need to fall into the world of plastic surgery and injections as she got older. Photo comparisons from the 1980s to now showcase these major changes, with her forehead appearing to be pushed out, as well as her cheeks and her lips being filled with enough Botox to give her the appearance of someone wearing a silicone mask of Madonna over their own face. What's more is combined work seems to have molded her eyes into the almond shape of a cat. She just looks kind of funny in pictures. Fans have always been left wondering what she may have looked like had she never gotten any surgery. Would she still be a material girl, or would the material be riddled with stain? Number 7. Selena Gomez. The former Wizards of Waverly Place star has been dodging surgery rumors left and right forever. Fans have noticed her face changing over the years though, and side-by-sides from her Disney days show drastic changes in her facial features. Not only does she clearly have some kind of cheek filler going on, but her eyes are much more cat-like than they originally were. Selena has admitted to using skincare products in the past to redesign or enhance features without the need of invasive surgery. However, no foundation on the planet can give Selena the features that she currently possesses. It comes as no surprise that Selena is actually a spokesperson for several beauty and cosmetic brands, and has adamantly denied that she's received any kind of major surgery over the years. She's been shutting down rumors left and right for a long time, even deleting photos from Instagram because she received such massive slews of negative comments. While it's never been confirmed if she's actually received any work, just watch her on screen these days and it's enough to prove to you that young Alex Russo that we once knew has vanished into thin air. Number 6. Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman has admitted that she regretted using Botox to battle the signs of aging. The Australian actress confessed that she did indeed use the cosmetic injections, but said that it was an unfortunate step in her beauty regime, adding that she was glad to regain some of the movement in her face. She recounts getting Botox at one point and claimed that it had unfortunately left her face looking disfigured, ultimately opting out of another jab. She claims to have hated the way that she looked when first receiving the shots, very quickly realizing what a mistake she had made. She claims that her beauty comes from a natural place outside of this, saying in interviews that she is not one to advocate for plastic surgery. She claims to use sunscreen, does not use any illegal substances, and she takes care of herself. Hey, if I had millions of dollars, I might drink a smoothie and hire a trainer too, but I don't know. Number 5. Ariana Grande. Grande. Ariana. Now, it should be no surprise to learn that Ariana Grande is not 100% clean, clear, beautiful cover girl, okay? The Salmon Cat star and world famous musician dropped some truth during her Vogue Beauty Secrets tutorial a few weeks ago. Grande shared with the world that she has had a ton of Botox and lip fillers over the years, but that she was ready to go back to the way that she looked. For a long time, she was getting regular injections and surgeries, but according to Ariana herself, she stopped seeking those treatments in 2018. She claimed that she felt like she was hiding herself from the world, and she was tired of being hidden behind a fake layer of herself. She went on to say that the decision to stop was also motivated by her wishing to see her natural features again, like her smile lines. Now, she said that she may get a facelift in 10 years or so down the line, but compared to the invasiveness of Botox, that should be a chill Tuesday for her. Number 4. Khloe Kardashian. Khloe Kardashian is one of many people from the Kardashian crew that I could have chosen for this list, but unlike her sisters, Khloe has actually opened up to fans about her cosmetic surgery journey, revealing her only regret was having a nose job. For years, Keeping Up with the Kardashian fans had questioned whether Khloe had any work done on her face, and during the show's reunion special last year, she confirmed that she had cosmetic surgery. She'd apparently been hesitant to share the information with her fans, as she claimed the world is a bit too easy to set off, and that people would more than likely bombard her with backlash, which is exactly what happened. After revealing the truth, she was blasted with questions left and right, like who, what, when, where, why. According to Khloe, the main reason she wanted to try something different was because she was tired of being compared to her siblings all the time. The Kardashian clan is large and filled with basically one of every kind of crazy, but Khloe has maintained that she regrets trying to alter herself just to be different than her sisters. Number 3. Cardi B. Cardi B has never been coy about the plastic surgery procedures that she's had done. During an Instagram Live in December 2022, she talked about a procedure that she had done to her butt years ago and gave her followers a word of advice while doing so. Following the birth of her son Wave in September of 2021, Cardi B said that people thought she had work done when in reality she got a surgery in August to have 90% of her bipolymer bum injections removed, so something she already had done got taken out. She went on to say that you should do your research and listen to your doctors, not just with bum injections, but also Brazilian bum lifts and all other plastic and cosmetic surgeries. In 2019, the rapper got candid about having to cancel and postpone shows because she needed time to recover from liposuction. On Twitter, she talked about having to miss work for 2 weeks because of, well, that. The same year, Cardi also told Entertainment Tonight that she had a chest lift after giving birth to her daughter Culture and was unhappy with needing to take the time off. So Cardi's biggest problem isn't that, she's getting all these procedures, but the recovery time it seems to take. Well, that's too bad for her, because surgeries are a lot and it's fair that it takes a while to recover. Number 2. Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen has no issues when it comes to being open about what plastic surgery procedures she's had done. The 35-year-old model recently took to her Instagram story to show off the results of the cosmetic surgery procedures that she revealed she underwent. Buccal fat removal is one of the specific and biggest ones. But the goal of buccal fat removal is to thin your cheeks, specifically in the areas of the cheek hollows. While she claims that the removal was a success and that she could see the results, the aftermath of the situation left her on the other side of the argument. She was candid about this procedure, and many were still questioning how she got these cheeks so perfect. Speculation started running wild, with people claiming to know for a fact that Chrissy had fillers. In fact, there was an entire YouTube channel dedicated to proving this woman was made of silicone. She addressed the rumors online and claimed that she did in fact receive the aforementioned solutions, but she denied the claims that she received any kind of cheek fillers. Instead, she made it known that she was not an advocate for body morphing, claiming that the only time it should ever be done is for medical purposes. Number 1. Jocelyn Wildenstein. This New York socialite is not a stranger to the world of media. Ever since the mid-90s, she's been famous around the world as being a literal cat woman, having received so much plastic surgery that she now looked like a cat. Well, that's what people say. I think she looks more like a lion, but lion woman doesn't have as nice of a ring to it. Her journey started with the titular cat eye lift surgery, but it was just the first in many steps to get her this perfect face. According to her friends and family, however, the surgeries were intended to not give her a Barbie-like face, but that of a lynx, which she apparently had as a pet. While she was famous for a long time, it was the photos that were shared following her divorce from her husband Alec that really made her famous. Most of the attention was of course drawn to her looks, and she was quickly dubbed the Catwoman by the entire world. Despite being worth millions of dollars, Jocelyn has faced financial struggles over the past few years, and at one point she was even sued by American Express for owing them $70,000 in credit. Her cat eyes may be trapped behind a massive layer of plastic and silicone, but they will always be be the first step taken down her rocky road. Number 10. Kendall Jenner. Now, there have been rumors about the Kardashian crew getting cosmetic surgery since the moment that they first appeared on screen. Each and every member of this family has been accused of having either a nose job or cheek fillers, but Kendall has one noticeable difference that stands out from the rest of her family. In side-by-sides, Kendall's eyes are actually larger than they once were, as well as more almond-shaped. Several doctors have chimed in online and claimed that there's no way she could achieve this look just by using makeup, unless, there's some special magical substance that yanks your face back, which probably exists, but it's suspicious, which is basically what a ponytail facelift is, so it's really the only real explanation. Number 9. Selena Gomez. The former Wizards of Waverly Place star has been dodging surgery rumors left and right for a very long time. Fans have noticed her face changing over the years. Side-by-sides from her Disney days till now show drastic changes in her facial features. Not only does she clearly have some kind of cheek fillers, but her eyes are a lot more cat-like than the original form. Selena has admitted to using skincare products in the past, designated to enhance features without the need of invasive surgeries. However, no foundation on this earth can give Selena the features that she currently has. It comes as no surprise to learn that Selena is actually a spokesperson for several beauty and cosmetic brands and has adamantly denied that she has received any major surgeries over the years. She's been shutting down rumors left and right for a very long time, even deleting photos from her Instagram because they received such massive slews of negative comments. Now, while it's never been confirmed if she's actually received any kind of work, just watching her on screen is enough to prove that the young Alex Russo that a lot of people grew up with has vanished into thin air. Number 8. Bella Hadid. Bella is actually one of the main reasons that this surgery is becoming so popular. When you compare photos of Bella 10 years ago to the ones that are taken this year, it is night and day. Not only have her cheeks noticeably shrunken and become more toned, but her eyes are a lot more almond-shaped, and Bella was one of the first people to openly admit to receiving this treatment as a way to further enhance her already obvious beauty. Bella has been drenched in plastic surgery rumors for a long time, and in 2018 she clapped back at her so-called haters, telling them that she was horrified of what plastic surgery could do to her face. While this ponytail surgery is not the most extreme surgery there is, it's still an invasive one, and it's one of the more sensitive areas of your face to take care of, but that's okay as long as nothing gets, injected into your eyeballs, right? Everything's fine. Number 7. Nicki Minaj. When it comes to Nicki Minaj and plastic surgery, she only has one response. "What's good, Miley?" No, she denies it. Rumors have been flying around since the moment she first appeared on our screens and stages, and over the years, fans claim to have inside information that Nicki has received cheek implants, both on her face and on her backside, with one of her closest friends turning on her in 2013 and claiming that she was given the 411 on the big old buns, but as with many things involved with her looks, Nicki denies any enhancements of any kind. However, it doesn't take a super sleuth to realize that she has totally received some kind of work, right? Whether it's plastic surgery or not, she just looks different. Side-by-sides show that Nicki didn't have these naturally almond eyes like she has now when she first appeared on our screens. She may have never confirmed the surgery with her lips, but most certainly did with her face, because it looks different. Number 6. Ariana Grande. We have accepted that the former Nickelodeon star may have had some subtle procedures such as fillers, maybe some rhinoplasty. The jury's still out on whether she had a nose job, as Ariana has never confirmed this and actually went as far as denying it on Twitter, although she does have a habit of sometimes editing her nose on Instagram, so who knows? But we can't ignore the changes that we've seen this year. The singer has been rumored to have even more cosmetic surgeries towards the end of this year, causing her to look unrecognizable. The redhead that we loved on Victorious and Sam and Cat seems like a totally different person. Ariana's eyes are more almond-shaped, she has dimples in her cheeks when she smiles, and she never used to have. Ariana has never confirmed if she's received surgery or not, but the face that we know and love is hidden behind a new Ariana. Number 5. Kim Basinger. Kim Basinger is a former model whose face has looked suspiciously smooth and wrinkle-free in recent years, leaving many to believe that she has had some kind of work done. A few years ago, a plastic surgeon named Dr. Omar Tillo weighed in on it to express, and he said that he thinks that she's received Botox, cat eye surgery, and dermal fillers. He claims that if you look at previous photos, you can see apparent lines and wrinkles around Kim's eyes, and these could be treated with anti-wrinkle injectables like Botox. She has also clear lines around her mouth mouth area, which could be the result of being smoothed out with dermal fillers. Kim's skin is also much fresher and has more of a complexion. This could be due to several factors like laser treatments. A second expert named Reza Nazab agreed and added that he believed that she might have also had a fat transfer or a facelift. This could explain the almond-shaped eyes behind the massive cheeks. Back in 2012, Kim's daughter, Ireland Baldwin, insisted that her mother had not received any plastic surgery while calling her the most naturally beautiful woman that there ever was or will be. Ladies, if you want to avoid any Botox, any other skin treatments, just listen to Ireland's mom. She hasn't had one treatment done because she stayed completely out of the sun all those years. She wrote it on an Instagram post. Kim herself has never addressed speculation surrounding her looks. Number 4, Catherine Zeta-Jones. When she attended the premiere of Entrapment in June 1999, she had the beginnings of crow's feet, especially when she smiled. But as the years went by, it seemed like those crow's feet vanished into thin air. And by the time this past year rolled around, she made a return to the mainstream, starring as Morticia Addams in the Netflix series Wednesday. She was a completely different human being, according to fans. Her skin was so smooth and her eyes were smaller than they once were, looking exactly like you would picture a person with fresh cat eye surgery to look like. Catherine was rumored to have received surgery after she was photographed entering a clinic in Beverly Hills, and she never confirmed that she received this specific surgery, but it's impossible to hide the obvious changes in the shape and face conditions. Number 3, Lil Kim. For the past 25 years, she's been pushing the boundaries as a female rapper and breaking records. Lil Kim's also considered to have pioneered mainstream love-positive feminism in hip-hop and has carved a path for many contemporary artists like Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, and Cash Doll. In addition to her unique sound and lyrical matters, she's known for her breathtaking, flamboyant fashion style and advocacy work for various causes. However, the American rapper served as an unforgettable MTV moment that made heads turn a few years ago. It's tough to deny her natural presence and beauty. After her lip surgery and a series of facial surgeries, she became unrecognizable to fans. Literally, people at her concerts were like, "Hey, who's that?" This speaks volumes, especially in front of the people who adore you the most. It also means that Lil Kim had too much work done. Staying relevant in the scene can be challenging as more female rappers rise to fame. Unfortunately, Lil Kim's attempts to fix her perceived natural flaws took her commanding presence and gorgeous looks away. Number 2, Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay got her big break when Disney casted her to play 2 roles in the classic family comedy The Parent Trap. She played twin sisters Hallie Parker and Annie James, who randomly meet at a summer camp and discover their parents split them up when they were babies. The twins then hatch a plot to get mom and dad back together, and it is a great movie. I love it so much. Her career only seemed to rise from there, starring in cult classics like Freaky Friday with Jamie Lee Curtis and Mean Girls as, the main character, Cathy Heron. Unfortunately, her character took a step in the wrong direction when she was arrested in 2007 for driving under the influence of a controlled substance, for which she served 84 minutes in jail. Yes, minutes. Some people spend years in jail, but Lindsay got a little warning because she's Lindsay Lohan. Until 2022, her career was at an abrupt standstill, and she decided to take that time to make some cosmetic adjustments. She got some work done to herself, and the little Lindsay that we grew up with is now trapped behind a thin layer of silicone. Number 1, Cardi B. Cardi B has never been coy about the plastic surgery procedures that she's had done. During an Instagram Live in December 2022, she talked about a procedure she had done to her butt years ago, and it gave her followers a word of advice while doing so. Following the birth of her son, Wave, in 2021, Cardi B said that people thought she had work done when in reality she had gotten surgery in August to have 95% of her bipolymer bum injections removed. She went on to say that you should do your research and listen to doctors, and not just with, injections, but also anything involving your rear and all the other plastic surgeries and cosmetic surgeries as well. Like, really, just double check your sources, people. In 2019, the rapper got candid about having to cancel and postpone shows because of the need to recover from liposuction. And on Twitter, she talked about having to miss work for 2 weeks because of it. That same year, Cardi also told Entertainment Tonight that she had a chest lift after giving birth to her daughter, Culture, and was unhappy with needing to take time off. So Cardi's biggest thing is not that the procedures are bad themselves, but with the recovery time that it seems to take. Well, fear no more, Instalift is probably on its way, which is, I don't know, maybe that's a thing. I'm not a scientist.
In an appearance on Running Wild with Bear Grylls in 2016, Friends star Courtney Cox revealed she regrets getting some filler. During her appearance on their survival skills reality TV show, Courtney Cox said, "Getting older is not the easiest, but I have learned lessons. I think I was trying to keep up with being older. I have done things I regret, and luckily they're things that dissolve and go away, so that's good. But that's not always my best look. She did let those things dissolve shortly after. Quite a bit later, in a 2022 interview with the Sunday Times, Kourtney revealed that she thought she looked really strange after getting her procedures, and that what she had done to her face she would never do now. Kenny Rogers is an absolutely iconic man, known for hits like She Believes in Me and Don't Fall in Love with a Dreamer. The late singer has fans all over the world. Most fans were shocked when Rogers revealed a pretty major transformation in the early 2000s. His 2013 memoir, Luck or Something Like It, Rogers gives an explanation as to why he got the facial procedures done, saying that he did it because he was trying to keep up with the younger stars coming in and wanted a bit of a revamp. A 2012 visit to CBS This Morning echoed this sentiment. He also shared in this 2012 interview that he regrets it. He said, "I had the money to do it and I had time off and I regret that. But the truth is, I don't know what I would have looked like if I hadn't done it." The part that he has gone on record saying that he regrets the most was his eye job. This happened in a 2006 interview with People. He said that the eye job was too tight around the eyelids for him and that it drives him crazy. But he had found the humor in the situation thanks to friend Dolly Parton, the country queen herself and Rogers' duet partner on the hit track Islands in the Stream. Apparently, Dolly used to tease him about the various surgeries. In an interview with Anderson Cooper, Kenny Rogers confirms all of this, saying, "Dolly and I used to laugh about it. I think he looks just fine after, but I can understand why he might have been upset with the after pictures." Khloe Kardashian has famously admitted that she was not happy with some of her procedures, specifically the fillers she had done in her face in 2015. According to the Daily Mail, Khloe allegedly said, "It did not work for me, I looked crazy, and I still think the effects are in there. I went to have it all dissolved like 3 times. The fillers were done shortly before then-husband Lamar Odom's accident. Khloe revealed that when she had spoken to her doctor about the mess-up fillers, he said, "I think it's just too much was happening to your real emotions, so she tried to get the fillers dissolved." Khloe was overall not thrilled about the situation, saying, "It was a bummer, and now I'm afraid to do it again, and I'm almost like I swear things are still in my face." The entire thing was a pretty major reveal to Kardashian-Jenner fans, as Khloe has adamantly denied having any filler in the past. Just recently, Khloe has confirmed that she has had a nose job and has one regret about it, that she didn't do it sooner. That was shared via her Twitter accounts. Cameron Diaz disliked the way Botox made her look. She revealed this fact in a 2014 interview with Entertainment Tonight. The star of Charlie's Angels and Shrek shared that she has tried Botox before, where it was like a tiny little touch of something. It changed her face in such a weird way. She'd rather see her face aging than a face that doesn't belong to her at all. She went on to say that she doesn't want to smooth out the smile lines because that means she's smiled her whole life. While Botox might not be the choice for Cameron Diaz, she has no judgment towards people who do choose to get Botox. Ariana Grande is in a similar boat. In her Vogue Beauty Secret tutorial that was posted to Vogue's YouTube on September 12, 2023, Ariana shared that she has had a ton of lip fillers over the years and Botox, but now she's over and done with it. Ariana has disclosed that she wants to now see herself age naturally. Like Cameron Diaz, Ariana Grande wants to see her well-earned cry lines and smile lines. She continued to share that she stopped all those procedures back in 2018 because, in her words, she felt like hiding because it felt too much. While she did seem to be done for now, she isn't ruling anything out for the future. She's leaving the door open for the possibility of a facelift, but not for a long time, like at least 10 years. But even then, it's only a maybe, so we'll check back in a decade. Star of The Hills, actress Heidi Montag has made many headlines, but specifically in the field of cosmetic surgery. She is known for undergoing 10 surgeries in one day in 2010. 10 in one day at age 23. For the face specifically, she had a brow lift, Botox, and a chin reduction, plus more. In a 2012 interview with Access Hollywood Live, Heidi revealed she was definitely way in over her head, and she only wanted a few enhancements and then it kind of got out of hand. Further going on to say, "I wasn't really told the repercussions and what would happen, emotionally and physically, and the pain I would be in. It was kind of a shock. As of that 2012 interview, Heidi hadn't received any additional work, wanting to focus on being healthy, alive, and strong in her words. Right after these surgeries, she was open to more, but that has changed, especially more recently. In a 2019 interview with Cosmopolitan, Heidi shared her 32-year-old perspective on things, saying, "I was way too young to make such life-changing decisions, and I was under so much pressure because it was the beginning of comment sections and negativity and hate on the internet." Being in the Hollywood spotlight is never easy, and I'm glad she has found peace with the situation. Jennifer Grey has regretted her nose job that she received in 1989, not necessarily because it didn't look good. I think she looks great either way. It's just when she changed her nose, it changed her whole face, and she was suddenly unrecognizable. This decision went on to hurt her career. She had just done the iconic film Dirty Dancing, yet she wasn't getting hired much after in Hollywood, probably because she looked so different. At least, that is what Jennifer Grey thinks. She said, "I went into the operating room a celebrity and came out anonymous," going further, saying, "I'll always be this once famous actress nobody recognizes because of a nose job." Though it was hard for her to get roles, she wasn't completely out of the game. She had some guest appearances on Friends and House, as well as a few TV movies. She did famously win the 2010 season of Dancing with the Stars. Makes sense. Kylie Jenner has one of the most famous pouts in the world, making a considerable amount of money off the lip kits she created, so you can have one too. However, she hasn't always loved her lips. It's no secret that Kylie has had lip injections, but in a 2016 interview with Allure, and also her sister, Kim Kardashian, Kylie admitted that she definitely made her lips a little too big at one point. Kim agreeing with her. Kylie did explain herself, saying, "I got excited and I felt I needed to do a lot, and then you guys were like, Kylie, you need to chill, and then I had to go back and have it fixed, and it was a crazy process. Thank God I didn't end up on botched." She regrets going overboard with the filler, but not getting it in the first place. Kylie's lips have definitely become a main part of her brand now, and I think they look great, and she seems way happier with them now. Just recently, on March 8th, Kylie sat down with the New York Times and shared some insight how she feels now, saying, "It's just years and years of not feeling like my face or looks are accepted. There's nothing anyone could ever say now that would hurt me." Melanie Griffith is known for working girl Lolita and giving birth to Madam Web herself, Dakota Johnson. Love Dakota, but this ain't about her. Melanie Griffith sat down with Vanity Fair in 2017 to discuss life, love, and her past plastic surgeries. She said she hadn't noticed something was up with the procedures and the amount she was receiving until outside parties started pointing things out. Griffith shared she was hurt by constant comments like, "Oh my god, what has she done?" and decided to take matters into her own hands. She started visiting a different doctor to get everything fixed up. She went on to say, "I went to a different doctor and he started dissolving all of this stuff that this other doctor had put in. Hopefully, I look more normal now." I think she looks great and is rocking it on the red carpet. She has appeared alongside her daughter Dakota on a few and has been in a few films more recently, like The Disaster Artist. She was also in Stuart Little 2 as a little bird. That's not on topic or important at all, but it is important to me. Sharon Osbourne seriously regretted a 5-hour facelift she had back in 2021. In her own words, she thought she looked like a cyclops because one eye was different to the other. She was able to joke about the situation, saying, "All I need is a hunchback." The TV personality told the Sunday Times that the procedure was a full facelift and that she looked like one of those mummies that they wrap with bandages. It's a few years later though, and Sharon Osbourne, in my opinion, doesn't look like these descriptions at all. She looks great right now. Well, she was, and I cannot stress this enough, not very happy with the results, and neither was her husband, Ozzy Osbourne. He told her, "I don't care how much it costs, we'll get it redone." And she did. Sharon did have to wait until her face was fully healed before she could head back in the room, but eventually she was able to go back in and have everything corrected. Sharon is no stranger to cosmetic procedures and has openly spoken about the ones she's received in the past. While speaking to The Times, she revealed that she has had a tummy tuck, lifts to multiple body parts, breast implants, and Botox, as well as 3 facelifts. But it looks like Sharon Osbourne might be done with it all. In an interview with The Sun in April of 2023, she reveals that the previously mentioned disaster facelift has put me off and it frightens me. I really pushed it with the last facelift and I am now like, no more.
First off, we have Meg Ryan. Meg Ryan, who's known for her sweet, innocent look, unveiled a dramatically different look in recent years. Ryan appeared in various rom-coms and series in the 80s and 90s that matched her bubbly personality. It was a time that demonstrated her external and internal beauty. However, female heroine roles eluded the actress in recent years. She decided to go for the classic Real Housewives of Beverly Hills look and changed the natural grace that she had during her prime. Her new appearance sparked debates among fans and the general audience about whether she got work done. The most obvious thing Meg Ryan got done is cheek filler or fat transfer to her cheeks, doctors say. When she smiles, the filler seems to move up, making her eyes look smaller, one doctor said. Surgeons believe Meg may have had too much Botox on her forehead, which dropped to the brows during time. As a result, her eyes looking smaller. Although she still looks absolutely beautiful, it is safe to say everybody misses her cute innocence from the 80s and 90s. Next up, we have Mickey Rourke. This American actor first appeared in Body Heat in 1981 before showing his acting prowess in his preceding films. It's nothing new to compare Rourke's work with the likes of James Dean, even Robert De Niro. His re-emergence in the 2000s with prominent roles Sin City 2005 and The Wrestler in 2008 solidified his status in Hollywood. Plus, he was once known as one of the film industry's most handsome stars. Unfortunately, plastic surgery made his career dwindle. With his bad boy persona in 80s cinema, a botched plastic surgery changed the public's perception of him. The general audience argues that he had cheek and maybe chin implants. He lost his original tough guy packaging after the surgeries. In 2009, Rourke admitted that his looks did change because of botched plastic surgery. He said most of it was done to mend his boxing injuries. However, he went to the wrong guy to put his face back together, resulting in an extremely changed look. Next up, we have Madonna. At the 2023 Grammys, Madonna revealed her new look, and fans were, let's just say, confused. Some calling her a quote alien trying to blend in as a human, and others blatantly calling her quote hideous. 2 days after the Grammys, Madonna slammed people who chose to focus on her looks instead of the speech she gave before the historic performance she introduced. Sam Smith and Kim Petras were the stars that she was introducing that night. Instead of focusing on what I said in my speech, which was about giving thanks for the fearlessness of artists like Sam and Kim, many people chose to only talk about close-up photos of me taken with a long lens camera by a press photographer that would distort anybody's face, she captioned an Instagram video on February 7th. The pop icon went on to say that she is once again caught in the glare of ageism and misogyny that permeates the world we live in. Madonna says this world does not, quote, celebrate women past the age of 45 and will punish her if she continues to be strong-willed, hardworking, and adventurous. I have never apologized for any of the creative choices I've made, nor the way that I look or dress, and I'm not going to start today, the 7-time Grammy winner continued. I have been degraded by the media since the beginning of my career, but I understand that this is all a test, and I'm happy to do the trailblazing so that all the women behind me can have an easier time in the years to come. In the words of Beyonce, you won't break my soul. Next up, we have Miss Ariana Grande. Now, this one is not as noticeable as the other celebs we talked about, but fans are still wondering what happened to her face. YouTube videos went viral in 2023 and 2022 titled, quote, what happened to Ariana's face, and Ariana's eyes are weird. Here's what we know about Ariana Grande's alleged plastic surgery. 1. A nose job. Ariana Grande allegedly had a rhinoplasty procedure to reduce her nose size and shape it more naturally. This is one of the most common types of rhinoplasty procedures performed on celebrities because it gives them an instantly slimmer face, which makes them appear younger than their actual age. Number 2. Surgeons think she's had a brow lift. According to sources close to Ariana Grande, it is true that she has undergone a brow lift surgery. That is in order to eliminate the sagging skin under her eyes and make her look more youthful. It can do that by helping you look less tired or stressed out, while also removing that angry look from your face. Number 3, surgeons think that she has had a facelift in recent years. Another common procedure that many stars go through is facial rejuvenation with fillers such as Botox injections. It helps prevent wrinkles from forming around their eyes or mouth area over time due to their age. Ariana even got emotional in a video posted on Vogue's YouTube channel recently where she actually admits she no longer continues the Botox treatment and she felt like she was, quote, hiding herself under all those cosmetic procedures. Next up, we have the late Joan Rivers. In 2010, at 23 years old, Rivers revealed that she underwent 10 cosmetic procedures in one day, including a chin reduction, brow lift, and Botox injections. This beloved American comedian, host, and actress paved her way into stardom with her natural beauty. However, it comes as no surprise when plastic surgery enters the equation of a celebrity's life. She has had multiple procedures like facelifts, neck lifts, to name a few. In an interview with her husband Spencer Pratt, she said that she was too young to make life-changing decisions. She said she was under so much pressure from what she saw on the internet, it made her do these surgeries. But Joan Rivers said that everybody should take plastic surgery seriously. For her, the recovery was devastating. Her heart even stopped for a bit, which made her more transparent about all the work that she has gotten done. Next up, we have Jocelyn Wildenstein, a Swiss socialite formerly married to billionaire Alec Wildenstein. When in 1999 Alec filed for divorce, she reportedly spent $4 million on various surgeries. She denies having excessive plastic surgery, citing it's just her Swiss heritage, but admitted to one surgery to make her eyes more cat-like. According to her ex, Alec Wildenstein, she was thinking that she could fix her face like a piece of furniture. Skin does not work that way, he says. Wildenstein claims that she has not had any income at all for the last 8 years after her ex-husband's former family cut her off from her $100 million annual divorce settlement payments. The Swiss-born socialite decided to make a 2-part docuseries and potential TV show produced by the team behind the hit Keeping Up with the Kardashians because all her money's gone. I have a huge problem with my settlement, she told The Telegraph at the luxurious Mayborn Hotel in LA. Since 8 years, they have completely cut me off, she says. Wildenstein, now 82, rose to fame in the 1990s during her high-profile divorce from her art-dealing husband, Alec Wildenstein, from which she received a whopping $2.5 billion in the settlement and $100 million each year afterwards. Next up, we have Miss Donatella Versace. Her designs for Versace may spark 1,000 copycats, but there's no danger of women following suit when it comes to her new face. 20 years ago, the fashion guru had naturally full lips and very smooth skin, but as she stepped out 10 years ago in 2014 for the first time since major surgeries, her face was striking for all the wrong reasons. Users on Reddit have shared their opinions, and some of these comments are not the nicest, let's just say. Why is her face slick like Vaseline? She looks like a Muppet. And why does she look extraterrestrial? Are some of the top comments on the thread. Next up, we have Zac Efron. Considering that Zac Efron has literally grown up on screen, his fans are pretty familiar with his famous good looks. From his wholesome start as a teen star in High School Musical, through his recent dramatic turn in The Iron Claw, audiences have seen him through a variety of stages. When the heartthrob started looking noticeably different in recent years, they were understandably curious. Thankfully, there's no speculation necessary. Efron himself has been fairly candid about what has led to the transformation in his appearance. Zac Efron's famous face does look a bit different nowadays. The former Disney star revealed that he did have to undergo some medical procedures, but not for the cosmetic reasons some people might assume. In a 2022 interview with Men's Health, the actor revealed that his enlarged jawline was actually due to an old injury. While running in socks in his home in 2013, Efron slipped and smashed his chin against the granite corner of a fountain. The injury was so severe he lost consciousness, and when he woke up, his chin bone was hanging off his face. As for how the 2013 injury impacted his appearance so many years later, he explained to Men's Health that it related to his masseter muscles overcompensating for the injured muscles in his face, combined with his temporary failure to continue physical therapy. Our next celebrity is Miss Dolly Parton. Dolly is a country music legend known for hits like I Will Always Love You and 9 to 5, but she's equally known for her plastic assets as well. One of the first times she admitted to getting work done was in 1977 in an interview with Barbara Walters. But honestly, Dolly, we love you and you look great. Our final celebrity today is Kylie Jenner. Since her initial debut on reality television, Kylie Jenner has undergone a significant, very dramatic shift from her lips to even her skin tone. Her latest new image, however, showcases a larger butt and a smaller waist. Most likely, a Brazilian butt lift or buttock implants were used to achieve the new look. To create a lower waist and a bumpier back, the Brazilian butt lift combines severe body sculpting with liposuction. For reference, a BBL employs liposuction to remove fat from other parts of the body, in other words, moving things around. Often the fat on the stomach or thighs is sucked out and injected into the buttocks. In a recent episode of the family show The Kardashians, Kylie said she would reverse the decision to get plastic surgery if she could. "I wish I never got it done to begin with," she told her BFF. "I recommend anyone thinking about it to wait after having children." She went on to say that her daughter Stormy, 5 years old, helped her keep things in perspective. "Obviously I have a daughter too. I'd be heartbroken if she wanted to get her body done at 19, like Kylie did. She's the most beautiful thing ever."
Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis, the Scream Queen, once spilled the beans about her plastic surgeries she did in this interview where she was frankly super honest about it. Turns out she went through a whole bunch of procedures like liposuction and Botox, but she said straight up that none of it really worked out the way she'd hoped. Even though her face didn't change drastically, you can definitely tell she's had some work done if you look closely. But despite all of that, apparently she's totally cool with aging naturally. At her age, she's still rocking it and keeping her status as the Scream Queen intact. Quite refreshing to see a celeb being real about this stuff. Jamie Lee Curtis teaches us that even with all the money and access to all these fancy procedures, things don't always turn out as planned. But at least she's still confident and embracing herself, and at the end of the day, I suppose that's what really matters. Coming up next is Blac Chyna, also known as Angela White, made some pretty big moves. She decided to undo a bunch of the plastic surgery stuff she had done before. See, she wasn't really feeling the way she looked anymore, so she got rid of all those fillers and stuff she had put in her face. Originally, she changed a lot about her face, her cheeks, her chin, her nose, her lips, I mean, you name it. But as time went on, she started feeling like she was looking a bit plastic, I guess. Then she came clean about it, saying that she felt a bit out there and not like herself anymore. She even told her fans that going under the blade for cosmetic reasons definitely wasn't worth it. She started going back to being called Angela, her birth name, and trying to get back to her original self. She admitted that the look wasn't great and it really didn't represent who she was. Undoing all that surgery took time, but now she's on the path to getting back to her natural looking self. If you're enjoying the video so far, you could support the channel by pressing like, subscribing to be on the screen, and ringing that notification bell. Coming up next is Michael Jackson, who is definitely the most well-known name on this list. And seeing that he made a very drastic change, he spent 30 years trying to look exactly like who he wanted to be. He had over 100 facial procedures done, mostly because one of his previous doctors had totally botched his face. He had multiple nose jobs, his skin bleached, lip fixtures, and cheek enhancements. There were a few different reasons why he made the changes, one being that he wanted to resemble Diana Ross, and another reason being that he wanted to remove any sort of resemblance to his father, whom he had a deep-seated hatred for. When he started out in music, he had acne scars and felt like his nose was too big, so a few years later, he got the scarring removed and had his nose fixed up so he felt a little bit better about himself. Over the years, he got his nose done numerous amount of times, totally got rid of his natural afro, made his cheekbones higher, his lips thinner, bleached his skin, and his eyelids raised. Overall, at the end of the day, I don't think it was really worth it, as he never really reached his ideal look. Next up, you won't believe it, but Courtney Cox spilled the beans about her experience with facial fillers. Yeah, she totally went for them, hoping to keep that youthful look going strong, but it did not turn out as planned. She was really hoping to dodge that aging bullet like most of us would, I guess. But instead of getting the results she wanted, it ended up being a complete and total regret for her. So what did she do? Well, she made the bold move to dissolve all those fillers. She just wanted to feel more like her old self and go for the natural look again. Plus, she mentioned something pretty interesting. She didn't like that the fillers messed with her facial movements. Imagine not being able to move your face properly because of all that stuff you got crammed in there. Yeah. No thanks. Next up, Kim Kardashian's journey with plastic surgery was quite the roller coaster. She's been on a transformation spree, starting with her famous back end implants that were practically a shelf for a champagne bottle. Cheeks, yeah, she filled those up with some enhancers. She tinkered with her nose a whole bunch of times, and plus she went for a whole bunch of other body tweaks. But the kicker is that she's big on a skin enhancer thing that's all about filling and smoothing, making sure she's always picture perfect without a single blemish. Throw in those regular spray tans for that eternal sun-kissed look. And her contouring game used to be her thing, but enhancing those facial features like an artist, but more recently, she did a switcheroo by letting go of her Brazilian lift that she had going on, but apparently there was no surgery to undo that. She just went for the slow and steady weight loss route, letting things naturally settle back to normal. Next up is Kenny Rogers. So Kenny Rogers was aging so gracefully. He almost had this Santa Claus look going on, but you know, with the sweet features and that white beard. But then he messed all that up, deciding to tweak his cheekbones, went overboard on his eyelids, got a nose job, and ended up with this super fake tan. The result being, well, just say he didn't quite look like the Kenny Rogers we all knew and loved. I mean, some say he even resembled a, Walmart version of himself, like a bad taxidermy job gone wrong. It's kind of sad, but also a little bit funny. May he rest in peace, though. Despite all that, he left behind a legacy through his music that will always be remembered. Next up, Burt Reynolds. Yeah, remember him? He wasn't your typical Hollywood heartthrob, especially when he was younger. But hey, he aged pretty darn well, all things considered. However, as he got older, he decided to go through the surgery route to maintain his middle-aged charm. Problem was, it did not pan out. Instead of enhancing his look, it totally backfired. He ended up looking more like a fragile grandpa than ever before. He used to credit his smooth skin to his pops, but as time went on, he got fewer wrinkles when he was middle-aged. He went all in with surgeries, getting a nose job, eye lifts, oodles of all kinds of Botox, and even a full facelift. Some say his face seems like it's being held together by those surgeries because it looks so tight and stretched. Now it seems like Burt might have missed the memo about embracing the natural look, but aging gracefully isn't everyone's cup of tea, I suppose. Next up is Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers, you know, she never truly was content with how she looked. Her daughter spilled the beans in a memoir mentioning that Joan went through 348 surgeries and a whopping 700 plus facial tweaks. Could you imagine? All that to chase a dream look that just kept slipping away. She'd crack jokes about celebs in her stand-ups, but she'd also throw shade at herself, which is a bit sad in hindsight. In 2014, during a routine throat procedure, things took a bad turn. It wasn't because she wanted more surgery, no, medical injuries snagged her life when her brain didn't get enough oxygen during that procedure. Which is super wild considering the fortune she poured into her looks. But hey, teaches us something important, that no amount of surgery can fix how you feel on the inside. Next up is Donatella Versace. Back in the day, she had these naturally full lips and a smooth skin that were envied by many. Now fast forward, and her recent appearance makes heads turn, not in a good way. Doctors took a closer look at her recent pics and spotted some telltale signs. That extra shiny skin's probably too much Botox and laser treatments trying to make things smoother. And that's not all. They suspect some bone loss in her lower jaw, hinting at possible jaw implants. Versace is a classic cautionary tale about the risks of going too far with plastic surgery. Sometimes aiming for a better look can end up making things worse. So while celebs may have all the resources for surgeries, we can't always reverse these changes. And coming up last on our list is Betty White, the amazing lady we all adore. She did something quite unexpected, getting her eyelids lifted. Now she was all about embracing natural beauty, saying that we're all born unique and beautiful in our own way. But then she went for this
eyelid lift. Now, at first, she wasn't too sure about it, scolding herself for years about it afterwards. But as she grew older, she kinda made peace with it. She realized it didn't totally mess up her lovable face or her charm. Betty always said that everybody's got their own special kind of beauty, but sometimes, even the best need a little boost, I guess. And hey, it didn't change the fact that she was still the same witty, wonderful person we all knew and loved. So yeah, even someone as awesome as Betty White can try something new and still get away with it.